Urban Meyer put a fraudulent charge on the rent. So I talked to him about resolutions. I said, I'll give you back every gift you have given me. Um, I'm talking to the owner about reversing the payment for the rent that you've been paying my rent for. Um, but no, he says that he wants to proceed with Dallas PD.
So my understanding is that this person was actually just a side chick to a guy who's already married, and then expecting the married guy to pay rent forever. To pay rent forever. That's a lack of critical thinking skills and extremely delulu behavior that even I can't fathom. First of all, you should probably try to get your own place. That's number one. Number two, you know, this guy's not obligated to pay your rent, and he's already married. Whew. And I think what happened is the wife of the guy cut it off completely. She probably found out and got everything cut off, as he should. And also, you can't really live in any place without it being rent free. Even if you're a grown ass man or a grown ass woman living with their parents or living with roommates, living with other relatives, you still gotta pay something. You still gotta pay some rent. You have to pay the rent. That's why I feel like with this new generation, the lack of critical thinking skills is hugely apparent, especially on this side. You're moving into a place, and I'm trying to get this straight. You're moving into a place where this is a guy you just fancy. This is a guy you're not even dating. This is a guy you fancy. You move all your stuff all the way over there. He leaves to go back with his real family, his wife and real family. And you're expecting him to still pay rent forever? Like, be for real. Like, where is the reality? Where is the critical thinking skills? First of all, you don't want to do that. And I'm going to tell you, and use me an example, like when I did try to move with the one girl that I was dating at the time, thank God that God canceled all that stuff out, because I would have been homeless and on my ass doing stupid shit like that. You know. But for her, this is a guy that she just fancies. This is a crush that she has. And the guy already is married and has a family. How did you think this was gonna end? Like the entitlement. I know that there's gonna be some losers who probably would let a girl live in there for free without paying rent. But this is the guy that was not that such thing. That's what I'm trying to really figure out, and it's hard to figure out how does this person not have any critical. You don't move in with the first look. I lost a buddy in high school. I stopped talking to one of my high school buddies because he did that. He moved a girl in. The girl was a dancer he just met the other day, and instantly he tried to move her in, and then she took over the apartment, and then he gave the lease to her, and he went homeless. Like, there's gotta be somebody. There's gotta be a middleman person to help people make decisions. We're like, yeah, you can't just be moving in with someone you have a thing for. You at least, I don't know, be within a year of a relationship to even consider. But I think when it comes to, apartments and stuff like that to protect people, they should have a protection that has it where you can't move anyone in or they can't move anyone with you, and unless you're in a legit relationship for real, because it's like for a year. Because this is weird that, and the worst part is she tried to bring God in this and saying that the devil doesn't want her to do good, that God will be on her side. God tried to help you, buddy. He tried to help you. You can't just be moving into someone's place that you just fancy or like. That's not how life works. That's not the real world. You barely met this guy and you're mad that he's not going to pay rent no more because the wife of the guy found out and got it all cut off. I'll be real honest. With some of the younger generation, and I know me, Mr. Arrested Developed Syndrome myself, I don't think a lot of people have critical thinking skills to be on their own, because that's the worst idea you could ever have out of anything. And even I was in that mindset. But most people, they wake up and like, oh, that's a bad idea because this, not. They had reason. They'll go tell themselves, that was a bad idea. You shouldn't have done it. You're stupid for doing it. But this girl doesn't. And I'm afraid this is going to continue because usually with people like this, it does. But what do you think below?